Back at the story time with Hal, everybody. Tonight's guest has got a man with long, well, no hair on the top, but he's got a long, beautiful beard on the bottoms. And it's none other than Sean Himel. But real quick, before we get into it, our starting from now to be regular disclaimer. Why the fuck is my camera?
Yeah, the camera's centered. Moving.
I would just keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this, this is pure entertainment, pure comedy. Any coincidental occurrences of names and events and places are pure fiction because we're just talking a bunch of bullshit. And with that said, we're about to talk about some real stories that actually happened. So, that actually didn't happen. So
let's kick it off.
Yeah. So I can't believe we actually got Sean Himel to do this. He seems like the one person who wouldn't want to do this.
No, I don't care. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the format of like how you guys usually do stuff, but I guess
well,
like,
Sean,
do I start with the story? Y'all start with the story.
Well, Halfry's gonna kick it off right here.
I'm trying to think if I should do a Clay one or save that for Rooney's, or for Rooney Inc. whenever we get Clay on. But
fuck it, go ahead, dude. We're gonna repeat stories. That's gonna happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. So this was when I was about senior year in high school, and I don't know, Shum, you may remember, I was hanging out with Clay for like a solid couple of weeks to a month straight, just getting shit-faced drunk.
You were like kind of living at his house a little bit, right? Or like not really living there, but you were like with him a lot.
I was just with him all the time. And anyways, dude, you remember he was like the first person in my mind that I saw who would just like who would always have vodka on him.
Yeah, just constantly all the time.
Yeah. He was the first person that I knew like that. That's for sure.
And so he would like come to the skate park and like we'd drink, but one night we were hanging out at I'm just gonna merge these nights because it was in the same era, but we were hanging out at Scruggs' apartment with Tom and Clay and some other people, and Scruggs had this gravity bong in the kitchen, and they were hitting weed out of it, and they go, Sean, come over here and hit this, and he lights it up for me, and then I hit it, big hit, and I was like, and instantly just started Isabel coughing, just projecting, just like the most god awful noises.
Wait, was this at ZB's?
No. This was at Kingwood Lakes Apartments at Scruggs.
Okay, I don't think I was there for
like
that.
where like we used to live, but like a couple halls over.
Yeah, wait,
right over.
Wait, did we?
Yeah, exactly.
Did we get you a second time at ZB's with that same trick?
No, I don't think so.
Who was that? Anyway, I don't care.
Not me. But yeah, so it's crazy. Like if you there was tobacco in it. It wasn't weed. It was like tobacco from a cigarette, and it's the weirdest feeling because it's like an actual tobacco high. Like if you were ever gonna get high off tobacco to the fullest extent, this is how you would do it. Yeah. And I was like in a daze for a good 5 or 10 minutes, right? And then that same night, Scruggs was like, Sean, I'll pay you $20 to take 5 shots of Jack Daniel. Just back to back. And I was like, all right, I'll do that. $20 at that time, I was like, $20, all right.
That was like $100 back then.
Yeah. And
yeah.
And the current inflation. And then he paid me another $20 to take another 5 shots back to back of Jack Daniels. Dude, that was not even like maybe an hour later. Anyway, so later that night, Clay and I were driving on Kingwood Drive, and he had like his mom's Passport. It was like an SUV, and it was in the middle of the night, and we're driving like drunk as shit, and I really don't even remember. I only remember it because I was laughing so hard, and
I remember this.
Everything else though was a blur. and we were going down Kingwood Drive right in front of the high school and just running into the curb on purpose over and over again. And we did that like at least a couple times all the way, to like Woodland Hills maybe, and then turn around and go back the other way. And of course we get pulled over right in front of the so the cop not only saw us like running into the curb on purpose, but as he's pulling us over, we pull into the Kingwood High School, the main entrance, and they had a construction fence right there. And Clay hits that. And while he's finishing off the McCormick's vodka bottle, and then throws it out the window, and then puts it in park, and then the cop comes up to the window with the bottle in his hand, and he says, the cop says something to the effect of like, "Hey, is this yours?" And Clay said, "No." Just calm and just, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." And so I think the cop was like, "Well, I just saw you throw it out the window or some shit." And then he was like, "Give me your ID." And so the cop was trying to give us a break. He was like, "Man, let me call your parents so they can pick you up, and I don't have to take you to jail." And so he asked Clay for his parents' number, and Clay kept giving him the wrong number on purpose. So he kept calling, and he did it probably like 2 or 3 times. And finally, Clay, he was like, "Look, what's going on?" And I don't remember what Clay said. It was probably like some super sarcastic, like, "I don't know, that's their number. They must not be answering." Clay did that because he knew his parents would have told the cop to take him to jail.
Straight up, I bet they would have too.
So,
or his dad would have.
So eventually, the cop is like, and the whole time I'm sitting there and I'm laughing so hard, but with my shirt over my face, like that's gonna hide, that I'm laughing to the cop in the first place. But it was so funny, like I was laughing so hard, and we were laughing so hard before that when we were hitting the curbs.
Dude, I just would love, like, that's some straight up Ricky from Trailer Park Boys shit. Like, as you're getting pulled over, not only are you bumping into a fence, you're chucking a bottle of McCormick's out the window right in front of a cop. And then he comes up, "Is this yours?" Nope. I love that.
And then so eventually the cop asked me for my mom's number, and I gave it to him, and she calls and she picks us up. She takes Clay home, I think. And then the next morning, for whatever reason, Clay's car was at my house, like parked in the street. And then the next morning, I was like mowing the lawn or some shit, and Clay comes rolling on his bike to get his car. He didn't even call me or anything. I was like, "Yo, hey, what's up?" He's like, "Just get in the car." I'm like, "Damn." And I was in so much trouble. Like I was grounded or whatever happened to me.
They found out about it? Your parents found out
Yeah,
about
my
it?
mom picked us up. I had to call her to pick us up so the cop wouldn't take us to jail. Yeah. So that from then on, they were like really skeptical about Clay anytime I mentioned him.
Dude.
And I remember one time, I think it was me and Brian. One time, like we both like passed out at your house, and it was like, didn't your dad have like this like man cave kind of room or something that he used to hang out in? I think we like maybe one of us passed out there, one of us passed out on like the other couch in like your living room. I remember like waking up and your fucking dad's like looking at me, and your like dogs were I was like passed out on your couch, and your like dogs are like by me, and your dad's like staring at me, and I just wake up like, "Oh, hi," and I just like try to get the fuck out of there as soon as I could. I remember specifically one time me and Brian had like passed out over there because we were like super baked and we were watching Tim and Eric, and it was like the fucking goofiest Tim and Eric skit about like these tiny hats like for these dolls, and like they had like adult sized tiny hats, but they're just like regular fucking hats. But like I remember Brian being like like laughing so hard. Like I was like about to like cry laughing, just like seeing Brian laugh.
That was at
We were
my
just
house.
like,
We were doing
yeah,
that.
that was like, it was like in your like dad's like
Yeah, where the
fucking
Yeah.
little
foosball
room
table
thing.
was. Yeah.
Here's the
Yeah, it was like
thing.
a
It
man
doesn't make
cave.
sense to me because I tried to avoid my house at all possibilities.
Yeah,
I
but
think it was
they're
like a last case scenario
yeah.
situation.
Okay.
Like nobody
They're
had anywhere to
they
go.
the
I must have been old enough to where I was probably 18 at that point, and I was like, I don't give a fuck what they think because I
Maybe.
can
yeah,
do whatever the fuck I want.
there was that time, and then there was the other time when there was like literally like 15 or 20 of us at your house. And then it was fucking after school Thursday, Gravitron
Friday.
Thursday,
Tronathon Friday.
Tronathon Friday, and whatever. I just missed that. But that's
Had
what
to
it was.
fact check you there.
Yeah, gotta fact check me. And dude, we heard your dad pulling in, and this, especially with a drone, I would love to have someone capture this on footage. There was I mean, I'm pretty sure Fuzz and Fester were there. DJ, Fitz, Chris Hondoya, just everybody, 20 people, just scattering, hopping all fences at all directions and corners, running through all kinds of doors, jumping through windows, just scattering like cockroaches. And I'll never forget seeing Fuzz and JJ and Nick, aka Fester, running down the street like in a row, and I'm following them too. Like, wow, we must look so fucking sketchy right now. Just running through the middle of the fucking.
Dude, I got another one.
And
We
I
had
think
a
that's when
Tronathon
you.
Friday.
That was the end of the Gravitron, wasn't it? Wasn't that the day that you threw it in the sewer?
No, I can tell you about that. That had nothing to do with Tronathon Fridays, actually.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah, I must be getting my story. See, this is why we do this. Gotta clear up the
so
facts on these stories.
another Tronathon Friday, there was like probably about 5 or 6 of us, and we're right there in the backyard where the concrete slab was, where the basketball court was. That's where we would smoke, and we heard the garage open, and all of us look at each other like fuck. And I was like, and I'd be like, wait, hold on, just wait for a second. And my mom was pulling in, and as she was pulling in, we hopped the fence, and then all of our bikes were in the driveway, so she like knew that there was a bunch of kids here probably, unless some just random group of kids just like left their bikes there. But we hopped the fence, grab our bikes, I grabbed my skateboard, and as we're hopping the fence, by the way, my friend Cody, he like grabs the Tron with water and all in it, with the bowl still in it, and just throws it in his backpack and puts it on. Hops the fence, gets on the bikes. As we're hopping the fence, there's a bike cop rolling through the green belt just past the pool
Fuck.
and sees us. And so what I did, I was so stoned that I just ignored that whole situation and just started skating flat ground, like on the other side of the parking lot where they were at. And somehow Cody managed to sweet talk his way out of that cop's any suspicion.
Wow.
And it didn't take long. And when I saw that and they were leaving, I was like, okay, it must be good. So I just joined up with them and we left. And my mom never said anything about it, dude.
You just ignored it?
Yeah, I don't even know. She may have came out and was like, "Hey, wait, like," and we're like, but I think if I probably ignored her too. I'd be like, "Oh, we're going skating later," and like didn't even let her ask the question.
You know what? Like, I'm not gonna lie, Sean. Like, when I first met you, or I guess like first like knew about you, maybe before we hung out, you always like seemed like mysterious to me, and I didn't know why. Like, I think the first time I ever like saw you or like recognized that it was you or whatever, we're in like town center, and I think I had just moved to Kingwood, so like I was probably like 15 or maybe 16, like tops, and we're at like the 3 set in town center, and you must have been like super fucking young. You were probably like 14, like 13 or 14 at the time, and you were just popping like really fat like switch shifty ollies like off like the short set.
Yeah.
But like they were just like really stylish, and I was like, damn, like who's this fucking child up here like just hanging out with like all these older kids, and you were like smoking cigs in the woods with like JJ and maybe Matt Jackson. I don't know, like some like people like that, maybe Clay at that time. Um, but I always like, especially before I knew you, I always like thought you were like this mysterious like drifter that would just like kind of like I don't know, you just like show up to skate spots and just fucking like smoke bud and just like I don't know if you had this like young Tom Penny vibe or something to you. You were just like an intriguing person to me, like even before I knew you. That's like always the first thing I like remember when I think of like remembering you at the youngest, just like this fucking gnarly like skate rat, just kind of going like with this pack of like older dudes, like the outsiders or something.
Yeah, and I know what you're trying to say, Sean. Like he had so much of a don't so much didn't give a fuckness at such a young age that it seemed
Yeah.
mysterious. Like how could he possibly what's going on here? Like, how is
Well,
he
that's what I
so
mean. It
not
was like a
giving a fuck?
mystery to me. I was like, who the fuck is this kid? Like, it's like fucking 12 years old, like doing like nice big spins
Plus
and tray flips and shit.
just like Reynolds from Birdhouse
Yeah.
wearing a fucking Mickey's 40s fucking t-shirt, just some baggy ass jeans, stoned as
Dude,
fuck, skating the mini ramp.
I wanted to be the Reynolds of his 411 profile.
Dude, you look.
And I wanted to be the Tom Penny of Transworld Anthology. Those were my two
Well,
heroes.
you did a good fucking job because dude, look at Sean Himmel, or I mean Sean Rice, right now. Look at his fucking face. Or you don't have to. We know what he looks like. Go back and watch the Birdhouse to the End video and look at just look at Reynolds' face and his facial expressions. Like, it actually looks like Al Fry. Like they look like they'd be brothers or something, or like that was Sean in a different life or something. Like they actually look related. It's pretty crazy.
You know what's funny is there was a Reynolds interview or something he was talking. It was recent, and he was talking about how people like always sometimes people get the first impression that he's just an asshole because he has like a resting bitch face for a dude. I guess it's like it's just like a no content face.
Yeah.
And I've always had that. Like I remember being in elementary school, and I was just like in the dirt, like drawing in the dirt or something. And
what the fuck happened to you on that day?
a teacher, I don't know. I was actually sick, I think. It was funny is I was so committed to school. I was so serious about getting like no absences that I would go to school sick all the time. And anyways, so she asked me like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Nothing. I'm just here doing my thing." Like I remember that's happened to me a bunch in my life actually. Even to this day, people are like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, nothing.
Yeah, it's like that. Dude, I feel that too. Like that happens to me too. Like just because they think something's wrong just because you don't have anything to say. It's like no,
exactly.
I just genuinely don't have anything to say. That's all there is to it. Like
Yep.
I'm not mad. I'm not anything. I just don't have anything to say. And
I feel like it took me like a long time in life to like get to that point, but I feel like once you get there and you like realize that like the less words you say sometimes or a lot of the time actually like the better. I feel like I learned that lesson a little late in life, but it definitely is an important one. It's like the art of just like not really saying more than you need to sometimes.
yeah, I'm still working on that one. Yeah.
Especially as an adult, it gets like more and more necessary, I guess.
Especially as a shitty radio host.
Hmm.
Yeah. I need to work on that.
Dude, those days were the best though. When you could go to town center, you wouldn't have to call anybody, and
Yeah,
there'd
you
be
just
a rail and a box.
You just
maybe
know
two
that there's
rails,
gonna be a
two
bunch of
boxes.
people.
And
I do miss like the glory days of like not having a cell phone. Like I just had this piece of paper in my wallet and it had like John Isabel's number and like Anthony Elio's number and like Zach Crumpton's number, I don't know, like some people like that. And like before I left my house, I'd just be like, hey, like what general area are you gonna be in today? This is like before we had cars, or like Isabel was the only person I knew with a car, and like I knew the places he liked to go or might show up at, and you just kind of like roam around until you
Yeah.
run into someone, and then you're like, see someone and maybe it's like a side mission, like, oh, I didn't even like know I was hanging out with this person today, but I ran into him, and now that's like my day, and I'm gonna like do that until later on, and then you just kind of like go with it. I feel like now everything's so like constructed because you have a phone. It's like really set in stone. Like, hey, this time at this place, meet me here. Here's the address. It's like it does take a lot of that adventure spirit away from things. Like we were, I
Yeah,
think, just kind of free birds in a way, just like
It makes
roaming.
people more anxious.
dude. Honestly, yeah. Like
Oh yeah, for
I don't.
sure.
I think I'm day by day. I'm really starting to think these smartphones are not a fucking good idea for us psychologically.
Dude,
I
and
really
I
think
was
they're
the
not.
last person that got a fucking iPhone. Like I held out
Yeah,
so long. I didn't get a smartphone until probably like to almost 2015.
probably about.
Maybe
God
maybe
damn.
like 2014 or something. Like I really didn't want one. And then now I'm so like
Honestly, I think it was
I,
2016 when you got your first
dude, it
smartphone.
was like I held out as long as I could until the point where it was like socially weird to like not like people thought I was like a hobo or something. And then it was making me look bad
Even hobos got
in front of the
smartphones.
ladies. Yeah, so I had to up it, but now I feel like yeah, it does give you like kind of anxiety
Uh,
in
and
a
it
certain way.
it does. It kind of it's like a Trojan horse of like a Trojan horse form of anxiety that kind of sneaks in without you knowing it from using that shit
Well,
all the
dude,
time.
like I mean, y'all know like when we used to go film like a bunch and we used to go skate, we didn't even know where the fuck we were going. Like we knew it was somewhere
Yeah.
in the city that we didn't really even live in because we lived in the suburbs. So we drive like 35 minutes to the city and then just kind of like look at landmarks and guess, and or like someone might know something that's by like a place or know someone that went to a place like Jeff somehow always knew this information, and we just like kind of end up where we needed to go usually, but it was like
Yeah.
we were just kind of guessing,
Well,
there wasn't like
you
a
know what it
specific
was?
like
Yeah.
plan.
Dude, and that's how
Dude, we
well, maybe not, but remember when JJ and Melissa found Jeff just roaming around in
Roaming
downtown?
around down
yeah.
when he was
Dude, we
like
gotta talk
missing.
about Jeff when Jeff comes on here. We gotta talk to him about
Yeah.
that.
And but dude, I got like dude, we fucking had it going. I don't know what exactly happened that made it all fall apart, but I do know that it was around the time I moved to California that all of a sudden everybody just kind of the momentum just stopped. But man, for a few years there, it was like I would just wake up every day, no matter what, go straight to the skate park, figure out who's filming that day, and then go with them and go film. And
Yeah.
that's what I did every day for years, to the point where it still fucks with me today. To this day, like if I have work to do from home, which all of my work is from home. So every day I can't like I have to I'm so used to it's still ingrained in my brain to leave the house and have a big adrenaline rush first thing every single day. And so
Just need some
because of
coffee.
nah, but I can't do coffee. It makes me feel cracked out. I don't like it.
You get used to it.
I just don't like it. And like the only time I can drink coffee is if I have a Xanax. Like, but then that kind of defeats the whole point of the coffee. So
Bad balance.
That is the weirdest. Like, it's like the only reason I'll take a shit is if I have toilet paper.
I
Dude,
don't
when
know.
I was working from home, I would drink like almost like a
That's
pot
just
of
how it fucking
coffee,
works.
or like a half a pot of coffee a day, and I'd bring my laptop outside and I'd sit out like early in the morning and just fucking drink coffee and like answer emails and shit. Like it is like a if you're in like a routine or something where you have to do something like a certain time, coffee is like a fucking wonder drug
Oh, I'm a
almost.
coffee fiend
Yeah,
right
I
now.
just
Yeah, I just drink black coffee just straight like every day.
Dude, if
Like
I
I have to have it.
the other day I didn't drink coffee and I was a total asshole.
Yeah, that's how I get too. I get like like I don't want to say cranky. I get like on edge, like actually like upset. Like
Yeah.
I have like a short fuse if I don't have coffee.
Yeah, I just don't like like I wish I liked it because I really could
It's like
use its
it's like
benefits.
liquor. It's like liquor, you know. Like sometimes you just need like quick alcohol or like a quick buzz or like that feel. You know, that's how I
Yeah.
think of it. It's like alcohol.
Like I
Alcohol
can
doesn't taste
only
that great, but like I need to have some.
like I can drink like literally like like if you get a tall coffee from Starbucks, like the small size, which is
Yeah.
called tall for some reason. I can drink
Oh
if
yeah.
I have any more than like 1/6 of that cup of coffee, then I'm fucked and I feel like I'm on crack for the rest of the day. Like I can't stand that shit, dude. But
Dude, Himel,
what?
What's up?
oh, go ahead, Brian.
No, you go ahead.
I'm gonna bring it back to town center.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do
Is
you
Three
remember?
Step
Did you
still in
ever
the spot?
see? Yeah, man, they actually filled in the grass now. So
Oh shit.
What?
yeah, last time I saw.
Yeah, it's like a
Remember that
bar now.
day? Remember, Sean? Remember that day
I never heard of that.
we were dude. We used to me and Schimmel used to film there just by
All the
ourselves.
time. We would just like I would kind of practice filming lines, and Sean would just do every trick he knew how to do, fucking up and down 3 step basically. That was
Yeah,
like
I got.
my like practice filming spot, really, like a lot of times because it was close to home. We could just knock a bunch of shit out in a day. By the time we were filming a lot for anti ed, like no one even fucking went to 3 step, so we'd have like the whole place to ourselves, just do whatever.
That is
Dude,
weird,
let's
huh?
hold on. I'm thinking about the tricks we did. I did nose manual, back 180 out. I did manual
Manual tray
kickflip,
flip.
Manual tray bomb.
manual tray flip.
Yeah.
Which, dude, to this day, I actually think that might be my best clip. And you filmed it really good.
No
too.
way, dude. You've got better clips than
That
that.
dude, it's funny because that was.
I mean,
like
that's
a
an
really
awesome clip.
sporadic. I know, Sean, you had more of like a mission like in your mind, like to film that trick, but like the way it came together is funny. Like especially if you watch the clip back, because I think me and Sean went there. Isabel like had called me and was going to show up at this or something like that, and then John Stevens maybe showed up at the same time. And so like
Yeah,
in the clip, they're both in it, but I think they rolled up
yeah.
like right like that try or the try before. Like you were sticking it, and then it seemed like you didn't even really try it that many times. Like maybe like 4 or 5 times from
Well,
what I
you know, I
remember.
tried it. I've tried it before, I think, if I remember. Right? Didn't we try to film it before?
Maybe.
I know for a fact you guys did because I remember coming home every day and like looking at the tapes and noticing like all this new footage coming from town center like multiple days in a row. And I was like, oh, I
No, I'm talking
guess
about
like
that specific trick, Brian.
yeah,
Is that what you're
I
talking about?
remember
Yeah.
I
Okay.
remember seeing you trying it in like 2 or 3 different sets of clothes on those tapes.
Yeah, I remember when I landed it, I was like, I didn't expect to land it,
Dude, what's
but it
great?
looked
Hey,
clean
look.
as fuck.
But so
Hold up
here's
1 second.
for example though, Sean, remember that back tail you did on that ledge in was it San Antonio or San Marcos? That
Yeah.
that same ledge that Jeff like broke his whole fucking body, and but you remember you back
Yeah.
remember you back tail.
I remember that.
but your
He had
back
to like
tail.
walk down the street and like hide behind the building.
Yeah.
Not hide, but he was out of the picture for a good solid like hour at least.
Yeah, he got
Look.
fucked up on that.
I
But
still have all
your
the
back tail,
masters.
your back tail
Oh,
on that
nice.
ledge. Oh,
I have
what?
Shit,
every
Sean.
single
Nice.
tape that I ever filmed. I still have.
I got
all
a
of
shoebox full of tapes too, Schimmel.
Dude, I'm sure you probably got some crazy shit I haven't even seen.
Well, you
And
guys
I
need to
just gotta-
fucking save those.
Well, I am gonna save them. I need to get cause fucking Sarah just dropped our laptop like 2 days ago, so I'm getting the screen fixed, or we're getting the screen fixed. But I need to get all this stuff converted.
Yeah,
Or get the hard drive converted over to Mac because I had it all basically on my old like Windows fucking desktop like back in the day. So I kind of want to go over all that stuff and see what's even still there.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I've got the I've got the neon light hard drive. But
That's
it just
Sean's.
But it was working earlier this year. But then all of a sudden, when me and Sean and Jeff went to Montana to go snowboard with Ricky, all of a sudden it wasn't working, and it's still not. I mean, it powers on. It just the computer doesn't detect it. So I think it's just a simple. It's just a simple port fix. The port is just not good.
But yeah, you still haven't taken it to someone to fix it, Brian. It's been years.
But Sean,
Yeah, well,
you have...
it hasn't been years. It's been months. It's literally been a few. It's been a few months.
I copied that entire hard drive.
Yeah, Sean's got a copy of it.
Yeah, so I do, and I haven't touched that stuff, so I'm sure it's fine.
Can you send
what
that
I
to me?
Do,
no, don't send it to Brian.
Why not?
Just get that one fixed. Just get the one you have.
Sean,
fixed.
You have a copy of the hard drive too, right?
No, I don't. It's fucking on. That was my copy. Is what Brian has. He has the hard drive.
Remember the neon hard drive that lit up my bedroom?
Yes, the big ass one.
That's the original anti-ed.
Yeah, we bought it from Monroe. Me and Brian, I think me and Brian both threw in $50 each.
Yeah, that was. From Monroe. I remember that being a pretty big ordeal of a deal. Yeah, that was a pretty big purchase at the time. Yeah.
And it was like we had to negotiate with Monroe, and it was
yeah, that was a big yeah.
That was the biggest investment in anti-ed until Sean's 3-chip.
Well,
you still have that the VX?
No, I sold that a long time ago.
Man, the 3-chip.
I miss.
It doesn't even matter though. You don't even need a VX nowadays. You can just
you
put them on your phone with the fisheye lens, a baby one.
Yeah. No, for sure.
It's crazy.
I mean, you have almost more memory on the phone than like a whole fucking
easily
tape's worth. But still, there was something like there's a really fun ritual about like going out filming all day, coming back home, playing the tapes back, going through like every try, like finding like the funny like hijinks footage, finding like little dumb shit or whatever, getting like the clip and fucking saving it in like the HAL folder. We steady edited Sean's part for like ever, and every time we get new clips, we'd like go through and like you have to put like new ones like in certain spots so it doesn't look like you just crammed all the new footage at the end of the part. You have to be like strategic about like where you like drop and place them, So like we spent fucking hours and hours like combing through that
in your room at your parents' house, and your mom like. Every day, every time I came over to Himel's house, I would see his mom in the kitchen, and she would just give me food before I'd even go up there.
That's probably like one of the fondest memories.
She never gave me food.
She did. She fucking hates Brian.
Yeah,
I think she always hated Brian.
She would give me she would probably give me like a shitty like Diet Coke or something, just like out of spite,
But like for some reason she liked Sean, and like. Sometimes I would just be like when I still did live with my parents, I would like just be hanging out in my room or something, and fucking the door would open and it'd be Hal, and he just has like a plate full of food and a fucking Dr. Pepper. Like, where the fuck did you come from? He's like, oh, your mom gave me some dinner. He's like holding all this shit. He's like, what's up, man? You ready to like edit some clips or something?
Dude.
And we just like kind of comb through the hard drive and go through, whatever we filmed that day. Man, it was like simpler times,
Dude, you know what really like honestly, man, like.
What did your parents think of Isabel? Did they meet him?
They thought he was funny, but like in like I don't know. I think my dad thought he was funny. Dude, one time. I guess this story isn't really related to Sean or Brian. I was trying to keep them like with y'all's stories, but one time.
Oh no, it doesn't have to be. It can be with anybody.
Like while we're on the subject of people showing up at my parents' house, one time it was like 7:30 in the morning, and it was like on a weekend, like a Saturday morning or something. And I wake up, and John Isabel is like walking in my room. He's like, "Hey man, what's up?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" And he was like, "Yeah, your mom let me in." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And I had this little like couch in my room. I was like, "Cool, dude. Like, just like fucking pass out over there. Do something later." And so like next thing I know, there's like this banging at the door. It's like bang, bang, bang. And my my dad is like, Sean, he's like, the cops are here. You have to talk to them. And I'm just like, fuck. And I just look at Isabel and I'm just like, oh God, like, what'd you do?
Damn.
He's just like, nothing. I was just like laying down in your front yard. I was just laying down outside because I was really tired. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And so, like, I have to go downstairs and talk to this cop that's at my front door, like at my parents' house. And the cop's like, yeah, the lady across the street called the cops because there was someone passed out in the front yard and she thought he was dead. It was fucking Isabel at like 7:30 in the morning on like a fucking Saturday morning. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? He's like, sorry, man, I'm just like really tired. I didn't have anywhere to go. And
Wait,
so
did
basically,
wasn't he camping out in the woods or something over there by your house?
maybe, I don't know. It was rough times, dude. Like when, like, dude, there was
Yeah.
nights where like I didn't want to go home, and I didn't have like anywhere to go, right?
Dude.
Because I would tell my
all of
parents
us
this.
have had those nights.
Dude,
Well,
no,
I told my parents the
dude,
same thing
yeah, like,
every night. Like, oh, I'm staying at Zach Crumpton's house because my mom likes Zach, and she would like
Yeah.
give him Dr Peppers all the time. So I'd just be like, yeah, I'm staying at Zach Crumpton's house. We're gonna watch a movie, or like go to the movies or something. And so we would end up just getting like fucking destroyed at some party, just getting like faded. And then it's like, well, where do I go? Everyone's like dispersing. So I've literally like slept in the woods behind my parents' house before. I've slept on like a bench
Dude.
on the greenbelt before. I've slept like behind Stoked, like on the concrete before.
Next to
Like I've
use a tire as a pillow.
yeah, dude.
yeah, like I've
you're-
used my skateboard, like my board as a pillow, and just like laid on like concrete in like town center and shit. Like I didn't have anywhere to go, and I didn't want to. Like I
Dude,
knew I didn't want to go home, but like
one
past that, I didn't have any game
one night it was like me, Brandon, JJ, and Chaz, and we stayed up all night skating Kingwood, and then we like made a fire under one of those little road bridges in Mills Branch. Like actually made a fire and we're just
Oh.
like chilling at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then we ventured over to get some donuts, and then we ended up crashing at my house.
Dude, do y'all remember that one time we went to that Pizza Boy Gap out in Katy, and we were out? Those nights were pretty awesome because we would get in Brian's car or my car.
Wait, was that?
Dude, so
it was you, me, and Sean and Brandon and Walker.
There was a few different trips. Some of the trips, Sean was there with Walker. I think some of the trips Brandon was with Walker.
Yeah,
I
because
think
we went there like
it was a
3
few
or
different
4 times.
I think
yeah.
Zach went almost every time.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to hang out with Zach in a few days. I'm gonna bring that up to him. But I remember one time specifically because it's like 5 in the morning. We're just fucking just randomly cruising around Katy, like an hour away from home. It's like no game plan, no anything. It's cold as fuck outside, and I think Brian, you and me are just like chain smoking, and Sean's like
Probably.
curled up in a t-shirt like this, like in the back seat. I'm pretty sure it was in my old Corolla. And Sean's like, roll the fucking window up. I'm so cold. You're like freezing. You're like, put out your fucking cigarettes and roll the window up.
Dude, I thought you were going to talk about the other trip to that spot where we were taking my car and Sean Rice decided to piss out the window and got his piss all over my fucking car on the fucking highway.
Wait, was I there?
Yeah, I think you had to have been there because you had to have been there, yeah.
Going like 70 miles per hour on the freeway, just hanging my body out the window, pissing.
Like, but you know what's funny is that like we all thought it was a good idea. Like, yeah, like that should work, right? You can just piss out the window, right? But it turns out it doesn't work. And we found that out the hard way.
I think we went there with Rooney one time, maybe.
I don't
like
remember.
us and Rooney.
Oh no! You know
Maybe-
what? I
maybe
think
not.
you're right. Now that, wow, that took a couple of seconds for that to register. But yeah, I think you're right. We did go there
That
with
back
Rooney one
heel,
time.
Brian, is infamous. You gotta go back and do that before you retire one day.
Oh, dude, I just
like
found
that.
this. I just found this big ass 12 stair gap over the rail situation that I'm gonna heel flip out here before I move. That's my. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. That's
Pop
not
shove?
what I. That's not what I betted on. Pop shove. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing a pop shove.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, sorry, I got
There we
confused
go.
there. All right.
We're still waiting on the back heel on what, Great White and Pizza Boy.
No, what?
Is that what you were trying on Great White? Didn't you try?
Not
try
great. It's not
on,
called not Great White. The other one, Prosperity Ledge,
Yeah, the one over the rail.
over there in Post Oak.
Yeah. But you were trying something on Great White too.
Not really. I mean, what was I trying on that? Yeah, I was trying something on that. What could I have possibly been trying that hasn't been done? Was I trying a back heel on that?
Maybe.
Oh no, you're thinking about that other gap.
There was a period of time where you tried to back heel everything.
Yeah, remember that gap down 1960, that one spot where Brandon breaks his board doing a frontside flip, and then right after that you say anti-ed blue or anti-ed 2 in the San Marcos montage, in the Rasta San Marcos montage, that clip of Brandon doing that, breaking his board in the frontside flip. And then the next clip after that is you saying anti-ed blue. I mean anti-ed 2.
That's no. That's on Aldine Westfield.
Yeah, that spot. I definitely tried to back heel flip that.
You know what? It's funny because maybe like 6 months ago, I was on that side of town, and I went to like a O'Reilly's auto shop because it's like kind of by my work a little bit, and I was like going to get something for my car. And I realized when I was leaving and pulling out, I'm like, this place looks like really familiar for some reason. And then I finally realized that gas station is where that spot is that you're talking about. Remember Christian, like, pop shoved it in a pair of like Van slip-ons one time when we were there, and Jeff manual popped out and nose manual popped out on it.
What did Braden do on it?
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Yeah, I think he tried some stuff, but I don't think he got any clips that day.
Yeah, maybe that's why I don't remember.
I know he's been skating with LeDerick. I saw him and LeDerick and Broderick have been like skating Clinton Park a lot.
Man, I wish. Just imagine if LeDerick moved out to LA 10 years ago. Just imagine what he would be doing right now.
That's a good point.
He would have been one of the Baker Ams.
Dude, and honestly, dude, that's
Baker's always getting like these young Ams.
That's that's kind of one of those fucking backfire things. Is when I moved to California, my whole fucking thought was like, oh, if I move to California, like everybody's gonna come, they're gonna like follow me and come out with me. But it turns out, like, and I thought anti-ed was gonna grow from that, but the exact opposite happened. Everybody just stopped skating, and James moved out. He came out, and he's the only one still there. But other than that, everybody else is like, for some reason, that just kind of, anti-ed just kind of stopped right there, and I never really understood why. Like what?
Well, it turns out
what happened?
It's really expensive to live in California, and no one else could afford it. So
not really, dude.
Here.
Not if you live in half of a garage like I did, dude. You're talking like $400 or $500 a month.
Yeah, you found like the one spot that you could live in there.
Oh no, there's all kinds of shitty, dude. Hey, what's up, Johnny Balls? Good to see you, buddy. How you doing? Wow, this is kind of late.
Johnny
no,
Balls.
It's not late. I don't think you guys can see the chat room, but Johnny Balls says, "Oh shit!" That's right. Oh shit! We are live again. In fact, I'm probably gonna be playing some Shenmue 2 later tonight. If you want to hang out later.
On Dreamcast.
Well, I've got the HD remaster on PS4, which is in widescreen, so you literally see more of the game. Like after playing
when you get a PS5, or can you sell me your PS4?
I feel like that's my line. What do you need? What?
I'm still on PS3. Like I'm waiting till PS5 comes out to get a PS4 because I want to play Skater XL. Do y'all have that game?
No.
You know what? I haven't gotten it yet. I really need
Dude,
to.
I think Ricky got it.
Dude,
you can get it on the computer, right?
Dude, the computer version's better because you can like. I was watching this thing on YouTube. You can like basically take like images of like shoes and stuff. So like this dude had made like basically this mod that was like these circa Chad Muska shoes from like the early 2000s, and he
Mhm.
had like you basically like take each side, like a side profile and top image of the shoe, and then you program it into the game as like a mod, and basically you download like that mod, and now your guy has like fucking, or like you could do board graphics, like they did a bunch of old school Baker, like those Knox Godoy graphics.
Thank God Johnny Balls is here because he told us for some reason when Testes followed us, it made the audio stop working. But I have now fixed the audio. Thank God Johnny Balls was here in the chat room to tell us that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have noticed that for probably at least another 10 minutes. So thank you, Johnny Balls. Appreciate you, buddy.
Did y'all remember Shorty? Sean, did you ever see Shorty at Town Center?
Wasn't he like that guy that did like a bunch of pop shoves, and he wore like baggy clothes or something? I think I know who you're
Yep.
talking about.
Some
Yeah.
handstands.
Yeah, you do
Yeah,
have.
yeah. Okay, yeah, now I know.
Dude, he used to come around like my area by the pool in Trailwood and skate with me outside my house. But I'd see him at Town Center too, and he was like that weird. He had like that gothic style, that you see kids have in middle school.
Yeah, that was
And
popular back then.
yeah, he had like
It
a
was.
hybrid. It was like a army hybrid goth. Like I'm gonna go to the army when I get out of high school kind of look. And
God.
but dude, he was sick. He would
Ugh.
he would just go straight on to the three stern, just pop shove it and clear it by like a couple good half a 6 or 7 inches.
Dude,
And when we had the bike rack there,
ooh.
the heavy bike rack, one day he just picks it up over his head and he's like, "Hey, where do y'all want it?" And we're like, "Yeah, over there." And he just puts it there. It was insane. It'd take like 3 or 4 of us to move that shit.
Okay, so we just got 2 new followers. One from Boner Donor, and the other from what was that? Sweaty Tits. What was that last one?
Shimmel's about to take some shots. Y'all want to? Schimmel does. He takes money for shots.
Oh,
Just so
hey,
y'all know.
Johnny Balls, while you're at it, while you're doing all that shit, why don't you go ahead and test the sound alerts, if you could, for me? And let's just see if... I'm just curious to see if those are working. By the way, how are... You know what? I don't even want to know. Boner Donor and... wait, what was the last one? Shit Sweats or whatever?
Johnny Balls.
Well, no, Johnny Balls has been... Well, I'm pretty sure he's making these accounts, but I don't know.
Dude, that's all him. Boner Donor, Johnny Balls. What's the other one?
Yes.
My neighbors.
Okay, yes, there we go. Sound alerts are working. Thanks, Johnny Balls. And
All right, hey guys. To Anti-Ed.
Cheers.
to Anti-Ed and Alex Jones eating his neighbors. There you go.
Did you do that?
Dude, I could totally see Schimmel being an Alex Jones character with that look.
Why?
It just,
I look rough.
yeah, you got the gruff look going on.
Dude, you know what the actual, like, for real, the craziest, like, might actually maybe be real conspiracy theory is? Bill Hicks, Alex Jones being Bill Hicks.
They don't look alike to me.
Like, there is some straight up hardcore, undeniable fucking evidence that's either it's the biggest coincidence in the history of the universe, or there's some fucking shit going on.
It's funny because Alex Jones was just on Joe Rogan a couple of days ago, and they pulled up an old clip of when Alex Jones had interviewed this guy on Wall Street about like Bohemian Grove back in like fucking 2000 or something. I think it was right
Pretty
before
sure
9/11.
that dude was a Rothschild, if I remember correctly.
Something like that, or he was connected with them.
Yeah.
But either way, it was like a really young clip of Alex Jones and what's his name? Joe Rogan. Even after the clip, he's like, that's the youngest I've ever seen you, Alex. He's like, and I guess that proves that you aren't Bill Hicks, because
Yeah, I
Bill
remember
Hicks
that.
was alive during that time.
Yeah, dude.
Wait, he said that? I watched the episode. I must have missed that part.
No, I heard that too.
It's
He
like
definitely.
really,
Yeah, he definitely said
really
that.
quick.
He definitely said that. I did hear that too. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's true.
That definitely doesn't mean it's true. What that means is 99% of people are just going to take that as fact and never look into it again. Whereas people like me and Halfry are actually going to go and fact check this shit.
It's actually kind of, you know what's fun? When you see Alex Jones and like all of the content.
Appreciate you, Johnny Balls. Really appreciate you.
And if you just think that if you just imagine that's actually Bill Hicks, then it's so funny. Like, it's like the ultimate fucking stand-up joke to me.
It could be Bill Hicks if Bill Hicks like turned into an alcoholic and smoked like fucking 2 packs a day.
Dude, no, honestly,
which he did.
No, honestly, dude.
I mean, he did.
No, here's what you got to do, and I did this for myself. This is what you have to do. I pulled up a bunch of his old stand-up. Bill Hicks is old stand-up bits, stand-up performances. And just at random intervals, just pause it. And then pull up a current video of Alex Jones and just pick a random place and pause it when he's in a similar position to the camera. And every fucking time, like, it'll blow your, like, forget all the documentaries you saw about it. Forget what you've heard about it. Just do that for yourself. And do that, like, 10 or 20 times. And it becomes very obvious, like, holy shit. That's the same fucking person. That's the same fucking person.
I don't know.
I don't care who the fuck you are.
I just feel like
I don't care what you have to. Like, that's the same fucking person.
I feel like.
And
Bill
Until
Hicks,
you've done that,
isn't it?
you can't. You can't say anything about that until you've done, like, because there's no way to have experienced that without having done it. So
I don't know, man. It could totally. It could be very.
It could be just
it could be way
big
more
ass
deviant
coincidence.
than we could actually imagine. No. But it could, it could be a big coincidence.
It could be a
also
crazy
be like
coincidence.
Super deep until who knows? Like Bill Hicks. Remember how big he was and the shit he was saying?
Yeah, but people don't forget, or no, people forget. Like, he fucking sucked towards the end. Like, he was bombing show after show for the.
Do you watch his show? Do you watch like his last shows on? They're all on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen them, and they're not
hilarious.
Maybe he had a couple of extra good ones at the very end, but there was a period towards the end there where he was not funny at all. And people tend to overlook that.
Before we go into another story,
like, he wasn't even trying to tell jokes.
Story with Hal. All I'm saying is I don't think Bill Hicks is a bitch. I don't think he'd be like, let me fake my death and then I'm going to have a raspier voice and go on YouTube and say crazy shit, like.
Yeah,
Bill Hicks,
they Manchurian candidated his ass. What are you talking about?
Well, I'll tell you this.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what Hal's talking about, but I will tell you this.
I just farted that out of my ass.
They Denzel Washington that motherfucker.
All right, thanks for the follow from Ballsy Media. Another good follow.
I've never seen that movie.
But
it's insane. It's actually scary. That movie is scary as fuck.
But here's the thing, though. If like literally stranger things have happened than Alex Jones being Bill Hicks. That's one thing that's for sure.
Whether it's true or not, it's still fun to like, if you want to think about it.
Oh yeah, you know what I usually do, Johnny Balls?
I heard the real conspiracy is that
I have like 4 different devices here through a VPN. I'm gonna do that too. Yeah. Let's get this channel affiliated, son. Thank you, Johnny Balls. And I'll eat your ass too. Right back at you. By the way, Hal, Fry, and Sean, can you guys hear the sound alerts when they go off?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I can hear.
Cool. I heard someone say Johnny Balls.
So speaking of Alex Jones, there you go.
Eat my neighbors.
What are you saying, Himel?
Oh, there he goes again. Alex Jones he just wants to eat your neighbors. That's all. So
I think the real conspiracy is that Brian actually, instead of single-handedly trying to move anti-ed to California, I think once you moved to California, it kind of fizzled out there. I think that's the real conspiracy theory there.
Do you know, the whole that was I fully thought that all of you guys were gonna, like, most of you, at least a lot of you, were gonna follow me out there. Especially
you kind of, the way you put it was like you really couldn't say no when you would say it.
So then how did you guys say no? If I put it like that, then how did you say no?
It was more like just to pacify you, because you talked about it so much that you're just like, all right, Brian, fuck, I'm gonna I'm gonna consider it. And then you'd be like, all right, well, at least consider it.
Well, and I just want to point out, look what happened. Look what happened. The coolest thing that we've ever been a part of died because you guys didn't want to fucking come out.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's still, I still
obviously there's a lot more, there were much more factors to that than that, obviously. But
dude,
that
check
was
it out. Himel. The other day over the weekend on Sunday, I went to House Park and I set up my phone and started recording, and then called Ricky and Jeff on Hangouts, and they watched me skate the sea ledge for 2 hours, and we were talking the whole time. I had earbuds in my ear, and we were it's like they were there at the sesh. It was fucking pretty cool, actually.
Dude, I've been really thinking about getting back. I have a board. I haven't skated. I bought a board, dude. I bought a board when we were on the way to your bachelor party in New Orleans. I bought a board from JJ, and I've never really used it, like, at all, maybe a couple times. But I found a spot the other day that was like I still recognize and see skate spots, even though I don't skate anymore. Even though I'm out of the game, like, I walk by something or I drive by something, I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Like,
see, that's how you know you're a real skateboarder. Yeah.
Well, I see something and it's like, man, like, I want to fucking go home and grab a board and, like, come back over here and just, like, skate this little, like, parking lot spot. Like, and I found within, like, a few miles of where I live, I found a couple of spots I'm really thinking about going and trying to just see if I can get, like, even just a shitty fucking Instagram clip or something, just for, like, the fuck of it, you know? Like, I want to see if I still got it in me to, like, get even if it's like a shitty sketchy
Didn't
clip.
Brian film you do a trick, or who was with you?
No, well, that's what I mean. Like, no, it was Brian.
That was recently, right?
Yeah, it was like a couple months ago. Yeah.
I could still, I mean, it's not like you fully just give it up and it's like, I'll never do a fucking nollie shove again. Like, I could do that fucking blackout drunk.
Dude, he literally did that nollie full cab first try. Straight up.
Dude, it's funny because, like, that's how I used to determine, like, how fucked up I was. Because when I used to wait tables, I'd hang out with Adam Kitts and Clay all the time. And sometimes we'd just go skate the parking lot, like, next to work when we get off. And we'd be fucking shit-faced drunk. And I remember one time we went to Kitts' house and we were smoking out of his fucking volcano. And we were, like, fucking just drinking all night. And we were walking outside and Kitts is like, you good to drive? And I was like, dude, if I could do a nollie, a full cab, like, I could drive. And it's, like, in this shitty, like, rough, like street in front of his house, and I did it first try. He's like, "Damn." It's like, you could do that? And I'm like, dude, I could fucking do that if I was like on my deathbed and I had like one last little burst of energy. I could do one last one.
You're talking
But
about
yeah,
the Nolly 360 pivot?
Hey man, I mean that's what you call them. I call them nollie full cabs, nollie cabs, I guess. You might call them the pivots, but I don't.
Does the Nolly 360 pivot like make it less valuable than calling it a Nolly full cab?
I mean, I just
think,
wouldn't call it that.
Just on a technical level, yes, it does. It does make a just like no offense or anything, but technically, yes, it does.
I just like
it does
that's not
change
what I
the
call it.
category of the trick once you get into pivot
Like,
territory.
have y'all ever seen my shifty ollies? They're like, it's like you go like this and completely pivot like the whole.
Yeah, see, that's
you do
that
like
was
a
that was
90-degree ollie.
that defeats
and
the
you
That was
whole.
actually originally that was an Isabel trick that he did.
That
like, way back.
I guess I probably picked that up from him. You do like
You probably
literally
did.
a 90-degree ollie and you land on your back truck and like pivot the whole thing.
that literally
But it's
defeats
fun.
the whole purpose of what a shifty is by doing that.
Well, to you it does, but to me that's a valid trick.
That's a
No,
legit
it's just a different trick. It's just a different trick. It's still valid,
It's
but you
like-
can't call it a shifty.
It's like
You gotta call it a shift, a shifties, or a little
Dude,
shifty.
Let's talk about
a shifty wiggle.
Let's talk about
shifty wiggles,
Dude,
We all used to live there at one point.
dude. And yes,
Well, at the same point we did because you lived on the couch and you got fucking pink eye from TV.
well, if you want to, if you want to count the number of bodies that slept inside those walls every night, then there's like 12 people that live
disgusting.
there. But as far as official, as far as official residents, we are the only 3. By the way, we've been followed by like 17. Here's the last one. Cavacombe makes me cream. Great. Thank you. Thanks for the follow. Yeah.
Johnny Balls. And
Johnny Balls.
Bonner
You know what?
Boy.
Dude, thank you so much because I actually do appreciate that because we do want to hit affiliates. So I'm going to make a bunch of accounts and fucking follow your channel. So I'm going to do the same thing back to you, buddy. But anyway, dude, yeah, I was thinking about this earlier today. Like, dude, we should like sometime, like seriously, we should do this. Like, just go to
All
those.
get an apartment together.
No, not at all. No. Well, yes, that would be awesome. But no, we should just
Okay, let's just do it.
just go back to those apartments and just go to the office and be like, hey, like, does anybody live there right now? And as soon as we find somebody, like, as soon as we find a time where there's nobody in there, we should do a tour and be like, wow, this is where this happened. This is where that happened kind of video. Like, that would be fucking awesome. Lightwing Dragon.
Dude.
Yo, what's up, dude? Lightwing Dragon coming in from England. What's happening, buddy? Good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in several months, man. Hope all's well, man. But anyway, and for the sake of fuck, somebody's calling me right now. Who the fuck?
Who the fuck is it?
How dare they? How dare they?
For the sake of fuck, who calls
So-
my phone
so
that
Sean-
I pay for?
Yeah, I'm
Sean, as a married man and as a father, do you think you could ever go back to living in the kind of living scenario we had in Anti-Ed Estates? Could you ever see yourself?
Dude, honestly, like,
Dude, straight up,
I-
Kendra and I like always talk about because I'm like such a fucking tight ass with money, you know. So like, if it were my decision, we'd probably be living in a way shittier place for, you know, like a third of the, or no, maybe a little, like maybe like half, a little more than half of what we pay now. But
hey, who's
they're, like, pretty
fucking
shitty.
like making popcorn in the back? What the
that's
fuck?
me.
Is...
I'm sorry. I'm shuffling chips.
Jesus Christ.
He's
Fidgeting.
playing with a finger. He's fingerboarding.
Yeah. Dude, no,
He's got
but
a fingerboard back
remember when we were filming? We used to just film. Dude, there were, like, I remember I got really pissed at Clay one night at Anti-Ed Estates, and I would like threw a book somewhere at the window. Do y'all remember that? Were y'all there? I like threw a little like tantrum or some shit.
Wait,
And-
where?
Oh,
At the
dude.
apartment?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the night. Yeah, where you ended up on the recliner with like literally 5 feet worth of shit piled on top of you.
That was Fester. Fester did that.
Yeah, you were, dude. I remember that footage. Yeah, we literally like, and then at one point you're on the couch and we had to get like 4 people on top of you just to fucking get you to stop moving.
Wait, what?
I
Say
do.
that
Oh
again?
yeah, dude. I remember that specifically because there's a clip on the hard drive.
There is a clip of
and
it.
I remember the night. Dude, Sean. Okay.
Oh,
I know what you're talking about. I was like
I know-
shit-faced drunk, right?
I know you're.
yeah, you were
well-established
shit
adult
pissed,
now.
fuck drunk. Yes.
Yeah, I know, Sean, you're a grown-up adult now, but like when you were a child, you were fucking hell demon when you were drunk, dude. You were like the fucking just like this animal. Like you would get shit faced and you just start like spitting on people and like
Oh yeah, that's right.
like almost like starting fights and getting like almost like assertive to a certain point. And like there was a night, yeah, the same night at the apartment, and I don't remember like who all was there. I know for sure like Isabel and Fester was, and probably some other people, but you were like fucking hammered, like you were gone, and you were like spitting like you would like take a drink and just like fucking spit like liquor at people or something, like a Jurassic Park dinosaur. And I think like you pissed someone off and Isabel like grabbed you and he was like fucking holding you like a baby like on the couch, and like JJ was there. JJ was like Matt, he was like trying to pull you off of Isabel because he was like mad at you, I think. And
Yeah.
Isabel's just, there's like a clip on the hard drive, and Isabel's like, "Stop it, JJ, get off of him." He's like slapping JJ away. He's like holding you like a fucking baby. Dude, that shit was fucking hilarious.
Dude, I haven't thought about that in forever.
Dude, you
That's
used
crazy.
to be
I remember
like,
that.
the last time I drank with you, you were super mellow. I don't really know that you were that drunk because we were in New Orleans and you were gambling a lot. I think you might have been more sober minded, but when you were young, you were fucking hell spawn when you were drunk. Remember that party that was out at like Jake McDaniel or Jake May's house, like out in the middle of the fucking woods somewhere?
Okay,
And
we
you
just
got like
Yes.
super fucking shit faced, and you ended up in that tent with like Clay and Madison or whatever.
Yeah, I don't
You're
know how the fuck I got there.
and so
like Clay was so fucking mad.
well, so we should all be happy because we just got followed by Viagra Fights Ed rather than Anti-Ed. It's Viagra Fights Ed. Yes. So we just got followed by them. I'm assuredly that was an account that already existed well before this stream started. I'm sure of it. Nearly positive.
It's the opposite of anti.
Yeah, just
Right.
fucking Viagra Ed. Just
Nice.
full on hard-ons. Not to mention we got followed up by some hard-on person earlier. A lot of hard-ons and
And a
Viagra
bummer
happening
guy,
tonight. But
Johnny Balls.
But dude, man, those anti-ed apartments, dude, like those were the best fucking times. I don't give a shit about both of your lives. Fuck those, because it's never gonna be as good as it was back in the anti-ed apartments. At least not for me. I don't know. I'm still like, fuck. I would go back and live like that right now. Like I miss that shit, dude, so much, and I don't see why. Like, why did really? You guys had to grow up? Really? Why? For what? For who? Why? Why would you guys do that? Sean Rice has
did it
a
first.
well, Sean has a kid, and so that's understandable. But
What do you mean? I've like fucked up the most out of everybody.
He grew up first before he had a kid. So.
well, but honestly, not really. He just got a shit roll of the dice and got charged. Unluckily, we've all done the same
No, that was
caliber of illegal
no,
shit
that
in our
was-
lives. We've all had that many ecstasy in our pockets before.
Yeah.
We've all done that
Maybe he
before.
was-
You
maybe-
just got
maybe
caught.
he was
That's the
rolling-
only difference. That's the only difference.
I don't know that I had that many ecstasy in my pocket, but
Well, yeah, maybe
Sean
not
was
that
rolling the
many.
dice, but we know Sean likes to gamble high stakes.
Yeah, well, that's.
We all rolled the
But
dice,
Sean
but
also
I think
wins a lot of
Sean's
money when he
stakes were a
gambles.
little bit.
But
That's what I mean. I think
unfortunately, he
Sean's
didn't
stakes were a
win
little
on the
bit
gamble
higher
with the
than mine.
cops. Hold on, I'll be right back.
All right.
I
we
gambled and
paused,
landed
or-
myself as property of the state.
Shit, it's rough, man. But I mean,
Dude, even when you're on probation, you're considered property of the state. It's in the paperwork.
yeah, dude, probation is fucking horrible. That is
Yeah.
horrible.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back, Sean.
Okay, so I'm holding this podcast by myself.
Yeah,
Well, hey,
well,
since Brian and Sean are gone, I do a movie review podcast with one of my other buddies. So if you have Apple Podcasts, if you're on SoundCloud, whatever, check out Movie Night with John and Sean. We do current movies back when they actually used to have movies. Lately, we've been doing like the classics. We've been doing horror movies just because it's Halloween time. And then sometimes we have some homies on there too. So I don't know if Brandon
we'll probably
has
be on
been
there.
on this podcast. Brandon will be on this.
Dude,
Eventually.
no, Brandon will. No, we haven't talked to him about it, but he will. Trust me.
Dude, we were supposed to do a movie review podcast with him last night, but he had to drop out last minute. So we're gonna get him on. I mean, he's already been on 5 or 6 times, but we're gonna get him on for another one here pretty soon. Anyway, I just plugged my show when y'all walked away. I stole all your viewers and sent them over to Apple Podcasts, Movie Night with John and Sean, co-starring
Support.
me.
Hell yeah, it's actually really high quality. Whoever's listening.
Dude, you know what?
And none of that has to do with me. I just show up.
Dude, you know what podcast really fucking sucks? The Sean and John movie podcast. I fucking hate that show.
I don't know who
Alright.
those guys are, but Movie Night with John and Sean, that one is legit. And go on Apple or
You know
Spotify.
what? That reminds me. You know what podcast really sucks? Is Movie Night with John and Sean. Now that's a real shit.
Damn.
I would literally,
Like,
I would rather have a platypus take an explosive diarrhea dump in my nostril than listen to 10 seconds of that shit fuck show. But speaking of which, actually, believe it or not, one of the hosts of that show is here with us right now, and that is Sean Himel, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, by the way, Lightwing, good to see you. And yeah, what have you been streaming lately, dude? Yeah, I've been out of the scene for a little bit, but yeah, good to see you, man. Shining Force 3. Oh, you're still on Scenario 1? See, that's how long and amazing that game is. You're still playing the first one. Fuck yeah, dude.
What were you saying, Schimmel?
But yeah, back to Schimmel.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Dude,
What do you guys
Schimmel,
do for
I was straight
Halloween?
I lived at your apartment you had there.
Hell yeah,
I
dude,
used
I
to
love
wake
that
up
game.
at like 6 a.m. every morning. That was like right before I got in trouble. Remember, I was like straight living there, mostly on the couch.
Dude, you weren't even graduated from high school and you were living on our couch, right?
Nah, fuck.
Were you still?
No, I'm talking about that the United States. Yeah, I was still. Yeah. I think
Oh, you lived at my place just when I lived by myself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for a while. Well, y'all both have. Okay, that's actually an interesting topic that you bring up. So we all three have lived together. You lived on our couch and we had rooms. And then when I had a place, you lived with me for a while. And Brian lived with me for a little bit too. My couch has been occupied, or I guess before I was married more, my couch was occupied by friends more. But yeah, that is interesting. You guys have both lived on my couch at one point or another in your lives. But it was fun times.
You know what's funny is like how like our lifestyles, we just like float around. Like most people, it seems like they get a place and they live there, and
you mean,
live there.
Dude, I move like every year. I literally move like once a year, but like it's not that far.
No, I don't think that's what Sean was describing. The exact opposite of you, Sean. He was describing you have lived.
You're talking about
You
like,
have literally lived in Houston your entire fucking life. You've never lived anywhere else. We're talking about the opposite
like
of that.
Anchored here, though.
But why?
Oh, well,
Why do you the butthole of America? Why do you want to live there and stay there and continue to live there?
Well, let me point that
Here
out
comes,
to you.
here
So
comes
you
the
live,
practical.
You just
you
fucking
live
cracked
where-
open this
Brian,
can.
where do
You can't close this
where
one.
does Brian live? Where do you
Nowhere.
live?
I basically look at my background. That's where I fucking live.
Yeah, where in the world are you located right now?
Somewhere on the northern. I don't know. I forgot.
Can you say what state you're in, or is that
I think it's like.
you don't want the elitist to hear where you live?
I think it's called at Russia.
All right, regardless,
At
It's
Russia.
called
I
Arizona.
I'm at Russia. I'm in Russia. I'm in. All right, we have now been followed by Cialis for any time. Is now following us.
Brian, all right. Brian asked me a
We're
question.
we're obviously
The answer to your
attracting the
question-
right crowd here.
The answer to your question, Brian, I live in the fourth largest city in America. This is my view outside of my window where I'm fucking podcasting with you guys right now.
Yeah, if only your
Right?
city didn't suck so much
That's
fucking
where I
ass.
live.
That would be really cool. But
I can
unfortunately,
get
it does suck
whatever-
ass. Dude, your people still arrest people for a plant.
Oh my God, Brian. We're not gonna back to
That's only
United
until
You barbaric
hey,
motherfuckers.
You act like I'm part of the system that arrests people for smoking weed. Like,
Well,
don't think I want weed to be
you-
legal.
You literally are. You literally contribute to that system by supporting that system by living in that place. By living there, by virtue,
Alright.
you support that.
well, why do we? Come on, let's not talk
Well,
about.
Brian,
this. We're not-
Sean lives in the same state as me. Why aren't you fucking?
No, I yell at
why
him
are you
all the time for it too.
lecturing Sean?
I yell at him all the
Yeah.
time for it too, but I just don't talk to you very often. So now I'm yelling at you about
Well,
I mean, look, if my mom lived in Colorado, then I'd probably be living at her house too.
Hey, I think any of us would move to Colorado if we had a fucking
Or
way
yeah.
there.
yeah, I don't know
get
if I would
paid-
give it Arizona.
I get paid to live in Houston. That's the only reason I still live here.
yeah, but you
Simple
know
as
that
that.
you can get paid to live anywhere else you want to. Like Jeff just
No,
It's a good way to
Jeff
put
got a
it.
job working for Nike in Portland. Do you know how he did that? He did that by trying. He fucking got
Oh,
it.
okay. So where are you trying to get paid to live, motherfucker?
I'm not saying that I'm trying. I'm saying that Jeff
Alright, yo,
tried.
This is about old stories, not about where we're at now.
Who gives a fuck? This is
Well,
what we're talking
my
about.
point is, I tried
Dude,
to move
let's
to
talk
Austin
about-
like 6 or 7 years ago, and I was gonna have to take a pay cut, and I'm not making less money for anyone unless I'm gonna be a fucking trophy stay-at-home husband, and I don't see that happening. So, money,
at least you
cash
coulda
is king. Cash
At
is
least you-
king. Wherever is paying me the most, that's where I'm gonna live. I don't really give a fuck.
You know, speaking of which,
You know what's
do you,
funny is
do you
Brian's
know?
actually moving back to Texas. So how about
Yeah. What
Mm,
the fuck?
Not yeah, but only
Just
because
stir in the pot.
suck off
only-
on
Turn that pot.
only because I'm moving to Austin, and because I can get a medical.
Austin's more expensive than Houston.
You're
Yeah,
not
but
gonna get a medical card. I'm telling you right now, Brian. I'm willing to bet on it. And
I
yeah,
already
but you're still
have.
gonna move here.
Right.
You're
I-
still gonna move here.
Sean,
I
let's
already
make
have a
bet
medical
right now.
marijuana prescription.
With
I already have a medical
Sean,
marijuana
with-
prescription.
Sean, you have witnesses. Let's make a bet right here, right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'll bet you $200. $200 that I get it.
Take it. Take that.
All
take
right,
that.
I'll take it. All right, $200.
Okay,
but you don't have
$200.
$200, Brian.
Well, I'll come up with it just like I always do if I need to.
So
Hey,
okay,
Sean, I bet.
how about
I
this?
bet
If you don't have $200 in your bank account by the time either one of us wins or loses the bet, say if I lose, but you don't have $200 in your bank account at that time when we find out that you get approved for your medical card, then I don't have to pay you.
Okay, okay, deal. Deal.
But if you
what
don't
a
get your
fucking
medical
dumbass
card,
deal.
no
The
matter how much
dumbest
money
deal.
you got in your bank account,
Oh
you
yeah,
have to pay
see,
the $200.
Sean wasn't too happy that I said that I just agreed right away. He thought I was gonna try to say no. No, I'm just agreeing. That's not good enough for you, is it? Yeah, look at that tactic.
And you can't get somebody.
I
"Hey,
already
put $200 in
agreed.
my
You
account real
can't
quick."
fucking leave the deal. I already agreed to your offer. I agree. Bam, deal
All right,
made.
Sean Schimmel's the witness. But
Schimmel as our witness,
Brian-
and possibly
Brian,
God
that's
if
the
he may or
dumbest
may
bet
not be
you've ever
watching,
taken.
and all of our
That's
blessed.
that's the dumbest bet you've
I
ever
don't know
taken, Brian.
because it's kind of a similar situation in Arizona, apparently. But I still think they're probably more lenient. So Brian does have some. He does have a shot.
Well, think about it this
Dude.
way. So there's a medical marijuana place in Austin, Texas, and I am an already prescribed medical marijuana user, and I'm moving to Texas. If someone who already has a marijuana prescription cannot get a marijuana prescription, well then who the fuck can? You see my point?
Elderly
Yeah,
people.
but that's not Texas doctors who looked at you. It was Arizona doctors who looked at you.
But even then, because initially I went in there and I was like, hey, like, yeah, I have anxiety and depression, like I need marijuana. Like, oh yeah, we don't prescribe marijuana for that. And I was like, oh, well, what do you prescribe it for? And they were like, oh, like fucking dying of
'Cause I have
cancer, leprosy, like fucking gnarly as fuck shit. Nothing that I had. But I was like, oh, well, I have a big ass bone sticking out of my arm. Does that do anything? Like, oh yeah, we can get you for that. I was like, okay.
See,
So
I think
look.
Arizona's more lenient. It's not going to be that lenient in Texas. That's what I'm betting.
No, the whole point of that story was that they're not lenient. The only reason I got it was because I have a fucking bone sticking out of my arm, visually sticking out of my arm.
But that's not going to fly in Texas. I'm telling you.
Well, then I'm
but-
not moving to Texas. It's that simple.
But I'm
But-
not willing to bet that you will still move to Texas whether you get approved. for
Wait,
that
no,
part or
we
not.
already made a bet. Do you want to make a second bet now?
Wait.
Wait, hold
Hear
on.
me out,
Wait, hold on. Sean, Halfry, your camera is a little bit. Your head is cut off a bit,
You're out.
and now we
Yeah,
can't
mine-
see you at all.
Yeah, no,
Oh, there
you'll
you
be
go.
able to see me now.
All right.
All right,
I'm
that's
gonna make a point. I'm gonna
Can
make
you-
like a 0.05-second political statement. Joe Biden did just run on legalizing marijuana. Texas is almost a blue state now. It's almost there. Potentially, it could see possible legalized marijuana. Maybe 2020. I would say by 2024 or 2028 at the latest. I
First
think
of
it's
all,
going to happen. And Sean
why
Rice, I'll
would
take a
you
bet with you
ever
because I know
believe-
you're a gambling man.
All right. Why would you ever believe anything Joe Biden says? Second of all,
very good question.
Texas is going to be
Because nobody,
legalized.
first of all, nobody else is promising it. So if one person versus 0 people
Dude, that's
are
what
promising it, I'm gonna go with the one guy that's at least
Dude,
saying that it's on the
Who's
table.
the
other
people you're
guy's not
talking
even
about?
saying
Dude.
it's
You're
gonna
talking
be on
about
the
him or
table at
Trump,
all.
right?
Himmel, don't you remember me saying this to you back when we were jamming a couple months ago? Remember me saying, like, if anybody wants to win the presidency, all they have to do is legalize marijuana. And then, like, promise to
what-
legalize
that's what
marijuana,
Biden just
and you
said.
win. And,
But
well,
he doesn't want to.
who?
He could have Trump. He could have said that, but he doesn't.
I don't
want to.
give a shit
Biden
who
said
wants
it.
to
It
do
was
what.
it was in the debates.
I
Did y'all
don't,
watch the debates?
I don't give a shit who. I didn't see the second one because I didn't even know what fucking happened. Because I thought
He
they kept
said he was
canceling it.
gonna legalize it and decriminalize and erase the prior convictions for all the past
Who, Biden did?
whatever.
Yeah, I saw
Yes.
Okay,
That's-
well then I
But-
automatically vote for Biden, even though I was not going to before.
And
Now
I
I
didn't
did.
even want to get into a political thing. My only point is by 2024, I'm saying 2028 at the latest. I think it could happen in Texas.
Honestly,
Better,
I
I
really do.
honestly I
No,
think
it's
it's
gonna happen in Texas
Sean,
before that.
I know, Sean. I know
I
you're
think-
a betting man, and I will know you 8 years from now. I'm very certain I will. If you want to put money on it, I think I'm ready to put money.
honestly, man.
By
I'm
2028, I think it'll be legal in Texas.
honestly I'm going a little shorter than that. I'm going to say by 2022, I think it's going to be legal or at least medically, you
Dude,
can go and get a medical
Nevada-
prescription
Nevada
in
has
Texas.
made
It is
over
medically
$1
right
billion.
now.
Yeah, no, but that's
Nevada's made
bullshit.
over
Nobody
$1
can get it. I'm
billion
talking
revenue
about
just in
real
3 years.
medical shit that people can actually
But they
get.
probably make more money from confiscating weed and drug money and for all the weed busts they do.
Well, not with the
You
COVID
might be
situation.
right.
They're not arresting anybody for weed right now. They don't.
Dude,
they
I'm
don't.
talking about fucking high level dudes, not. And all.
I don't even know what
everything
we're talking about.
these-
Actually, now that I think about
We're
it.
talking. We're talking about. It would be. Texas probably makes more money from seizures of probably more drug cartel or any big time dealers down here than they would from taxing weed.
Okay, now we actually have a big comment from the audience, which, by the way, this is not supposed to be.
Is it Wiener Pill 58 or Boner Guy 96?
Yeah, it's the same guy that made all those names. Yeah. Now I do want to say this show is not meant to be live. The only reason we're doing it live is because I don't have enough storage space to pre-record it, so we're using Twitch's server space to record it essentially. But the only way to do that is to broadcast live. But Johnny Balls has decided to show up and started saying words. And some of the words that he said are, he says, the Democratic trend in Texas has more to do with the disliked state of GOP candidates than anything else. The governor is pretty popular,
Yes.
and no Democrat would come close to taking him down. I would be awfully surprised if Biden gets within 5 points of Trump in Texas. I agree. I agree.
And I don't disagree with you, Johnny Ballboy. What I'm saying is it's the closest to blue it's been in my lifetime.
Yeah, that's true.
And you can
That's
look
true.
you can look on any trend to see that.
Yeah, that's definitely
The
true.
only
Oh, and then oh no, I think we
and
wait, hold on, Sean, we can't.
get to
Your audio is being.
mine.
Yeah,
They skipped. Say what you said.
Oh,
again.
okay.
yeah, we didn't hear anything you said.
Oh, no. Johnny Balls was right. All I'm saying is it's trending closer to blue in Texas, and in my lifetime, that's like the closest that it's ever been. I think
Yeah.
the road to legalization lies more that route than the conservative route. I don't think conservatives are interested in legalizing weed. I think they're more the fucking law and order, let's make money off the cops arresting these motherfuckers and charging them court fees and PO fees and all this other bullshit. All I'm saying is it's close and it's interesting because it's never been this close as far as I can remember.
Dude,
it.
you know what the
All I'm
biggest
saying is it's interesting and it could happen.
yeah, and on it, like at this, like how do we even tell?
I think what me
what's
and Brian are going
good or
to
not?
try our position on this. Hold on, Brian. Is that I think like it'll legalize in Texas before 2028, just out of straight
That's what I
common
said.
sense. No, you're saying by 2028. We're gonna say before 2028.
Before?
I'm saying
You wanna put money on it?
2022. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
you're saying 2020. So anytime
but
before
Texas-
2028 doesn't count for you. That's what you're saying, Sean?
For me, ooh.
Yeah, give us a range.
Yeah, because
Give us a range.
Look, you have to think about it. We live in a state where you can't even buy liquor after 9:00 p.m. You can't even buy liquor on Sunday.
How
All of our
fucking stupid
laws
is
in
that, by the way?
Texas- Dude, because there's no separation of church and state here. All of our laws are basically like based on Christianity, right? You can't on Sunday.
Yeah.
You can't go to a bar and
Okay, well, all right.
order a drink before noon. You can't buy beer before noon. You can't buy liquor at all. There's no separation of church and state in this state that we live in, right? We're going to be the dead last people to vote for and adopt legalized marijuana.
You know, I thought
which
that
is fucked up
I
because Nevada made $1 billion revenue in just a few years. We could easily make more than that because we're a bigger fucking state with bigger cities than Las Vegas. We could make a lot more money, but these stupid motherfuckers don't even want to look at the idea of it. They just want to shut it down and be like, no, that's what the fucking socialist
So-
communists want you to do. It's
No,
bullshit.
Okay,
It's
wait,
all-
no,
it's
no,
always
no,
been
no,
bullshit.
no. Before anybody else
Long
cuts
story
in.
short, 2028.
Okay, yes.
So
and
okay, but if it comes
No!
before
Shut your
2028, then you
fucking
would
mouth!
lose, right?
This is my turn. My turn
Yeah.
right now. All right. So,
Okay.
just real quick, I just want to point this out. So, yes, I agree with everything Sean Himel just said. But to add on top of it, though, and this didn't really sink into me until I think it was the episode with Alex Jones. Thank you, Wiener Pill 58 for the follow.
That's what I said. I said that, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you did say exactly that, actually, just a little bit ago.
Wiener Pill.
Here's the thing, though,
Oh, yeah.
is Joe Rogan dropped a huge bomb on that episode that most people didn't even realize that what he said or realized how big of a statement that was. And what that was him stating that the comedy clubs in Hollywood are not coming back.
They're closed.
They are closed. The comedy scene is done. They're going to find a new scene. Well, who is the head motherfucker of stand-up comedy? Joe Rogan. Where did he move? Austin. Where did Jamie move? Where's Brian Redband moving? Where's
Jamie's still in
No,
California, though, right?
No, he's back now. No, he's back in Texas now.
Oh.
And Red Band is moving to Texas. Everybody is moving to Texas. There's going to be a huge stand-up comedy boom in the state of Texas. And do you think Joe Rogan, who gets paid more than the state of Texas itself, is going to let the state not let them smoke weed? Fuck no. They are.
He doesn't get paid more than the state itself.
Does the state of Texas get paid $110 million? I'm pretty sure they don't.
Probably more than that.
I highly doubt it.
They got to be getting paid billions. The entire state.
Well, either way, Joe. So I guess essentially what I'm trying to say is, Joe Rogan actually has the power to relocate the whole Hollywood stand-up comedy scene, which was the #1 stand-up comedy scene in the world for the last 50 fucking years. That same fucking place. If there's one person who has the power to change its location, it's Joe Rogan, and that's what we're seeing. Joe Rogan has moved. Jamie has moved. Brian Redband is moving. Joey Diaz is moving. Everybody's moving. Everybody's fucking moving to Austin, fucking Texas. That's going to be the new stand-up hub. And I know he hasn't announced it yet, but I'm telling you right now, Joe Rogan is going to open up his own fucking stand-up venue. His own stand-up venue. And with all those people in town, like, you can't keep marijuana illegal if you're going to have the world's #1 stand-up comedy scene. You have to recognize how much value the #1 stand-up comedy scene in the world has to your economy, and you make
Do you think they give a fuck though?
Yes.
Yeah,
Do you think they really give a fuck?
If
Look
they
at, like,
care
the
about
rap
if they
scene.
care about
Dude,
money and tourist dollars,
Guess who makes more money than weed dispensaries and stand-up comedians combined?
what, toilet
The
paper?
music industry.
Oil, gas, livestock, hamburgers.
Yeah, well, guess what?
Everything
Austin,
Texas.
Austin has none of those things.
All energy, all those. That's why Houston's such a big fucking place, and Texas is such a big place. That's why we're such a huge economy, because a lot of people make a shitload of money here, and those people have more influence than some comedians or some fucking stoners.
It's not so much that they make
think-
more money; it's more that they
think Sean's
spend
right.
less money. Because, do you know? By the way,
and on top of that, they're all fucking Christians. So bam, there you go. That's the resistance.
yeah, what a fucked up state, man. Just a bunch of fucking rich ass Christians who don't know what to do with their fucking money.
You live in a community of Freemasons. How about that?
I'd much rather live with
Ooh.
Freemasons than a bunch of fucking Presbyterian Christians. Are you fucking kidding me? I would worship Freemasons before I fucking live in a Baptist neighborhood. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's funny.
Dude, honestly, the Freemasons are very misunderstood.
You know what's crazy is I always
I-
see that G symbol as a bumper sticker or as a truck hitch on the road like all the time, at least once a month.
Oh,
and it's
I
like
see it every
some
other day over
it's
here.
like some rundown like piece of shit ass car has it too.
Nah, actually, most of the time
not like
they're
a
good.
fucking
They're decent
Lambo.
vehicles. No, it's not a Lambo, but
Dude, they're not like Ferraris and shit.
nah, but they're
Yeah, honestly,
But-
I've never seen one on a shitty car. I will say that. I've never seen
not
one on a
every
shitty car.
Freemason is a gajillionaire. So
But they definitely
Most of
don't
them
have
aren't.
shitty cars. That's for sure.
But
If
here's the
there's-
thing: they're definitely in every town in America, doing something. What are they doing? They're not just hanging out playing pool.
No, what they're doing is passing down alchemical traditions. That's what they do.
That and taking over
You
the
know,
world,
I used to work with this guy.
or trying to.
I used to work with this guy. That
No,
was
they
a
don't. That's not what
Freemason.
they do at all.
I worked with this guy.
I think at some level
one
they
of my
don't,
last
some level
jobs
they
that was
do.
a Freemason.
No, I think people have misassociated them with things that another group does.
What's the other group?
The Illuminati is very commonly mistaken for the Masons. What the Illuminati does is very commonly attributed mistakenly to the Freemasons.
I don't know, dude. What about all the sketchy motherfuckers who were 33 degrees?
Well, I don't care if you don't know. I'm just telling you.
No, I'm telling you. What about
my
all
neighbors?
the famous Freemasons that have been involved in the sketchy shit in history? Why is that the case?
Well, just in the same way that people in the CIA have been involved in smuggling cocaine, that doesn't mean that the whole organization is involved in that. It's just a couple of wild
true.
Yeah,
cowboys.
that's what
That's
I know.
true.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
Well,
I'm not saying the
that's
dude on
the answer.
35 I see driving in downtown Austin.
Well,
with
but
the
that's the
Well, I'm
answer
back
to
in
your
his truck.
that's the answer to your question though.
Simile smokes
Brian.
cigarettes now?
Do you remember the last time when I'm drunk?
Yeah, he
And
he smokes
which
on band
means
practice.
that's
Are
right
you
now.
smoking that? Okay. Okay, never
Do
mind.
you only smoke cigarettes when you take Xanax? Or is that just coffee?
Dude, I haven't taken Xanax in like 10 years. I don't think I can I don't
was a
think I
joke.
can do that anymore.
I don't. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't.
Okay, yeah.
I-
No.
I never understood remember back in high school like Suman and Cruz and people would
Dude, have you seen Zoomin now? He's so buff. He's a bodybuilder now.
yeah, no,
Like,
he's
look him up on Instagram.
yeah.
He is like Arnold Schwarzenegger now. It's fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, honestly, dude, every
Crazy.
time I run into him, which is a surprising amount of times, considering I don't care to ever see him again, I keep running into him for some reason. But turns out the dude is actually pretty cool now. Like the last couple
think
times
he-
I ran into him, he's grown out of his old shit, and he's actually like a pretty legitimate dude now. Like I'm actually
He's into like bodybuilding now. He instead of like drugs, he's all into like
Yeah.
working out and bodybuilding. Dude, he fucking does like free press where you have like a weight on each hand. He does like 120 pounds like on each hand. He's fucking huge. He's
Dude, were
massive,
y'all
dude.
there at
I-
his house party that he threw?
I give him the
Yes,
Bresler.
yes,
That shit
yes.
was
When
chaos,
every-
man.
Dude, people were stealing fucking laptops and just like going
Well,
wild. That was
yeah, but the cool
insane.
part about it was there was like
Well, he was
tons of
just
chicks
asking
there,
for it.
just like giving guys lap dances, and everyone was so drunk.
In
it
the
was
living room.
nuts. It was like the quintessential crazy house party.
Dude, he has too much money, or his family has too much money
Sean-
to be acting like that.
Sorry, but Halfry, your face is cut off. We can't see your face.
My phone's about. That's weird.
There you go.
Wow.
There's that beautiful face.
Isn't it
Yeah.
interesting how he knew I was talking to him, even though all I said was Sean?
You need to start using code names. It's Hal and Schimmel.
Yeah, I just need to say Hal and Himmel. Hal and Schimmel.
That's how you refer to us.
Yeah. And but dude, no, seriously though, back to just my random point, like we really should like figure out a time where just go to the Kingwood Lakes apartments and be like, hey, like can we just like check out the apartment? Like pretend we're gonna rent it and just walk through it with a video camera and just fucking go and just tell stories as we look at where they happen.
They've probably renovated the place.
Yeah,
they did because it flooded during Harvey. I don't like going to Kingwood really anymore. Like, I don't know. It reminds me of like me being poorer and like living with my parents or something. I don't really like going there anymore.
Well, yeah, I hate going there too, but that's where the only perfect flat rail is in the whole state of Texas.
My God.
So you have to go there.
Only perfect flat rail in the whole state of Texas.
Name a rail better than that rail. It's the best flat rail.
EZ7?
It's the best flat rail. Fuck all the.
Ooh.
Wait.
I
don't know.
Kirkendall Park.
There's something.
Oh yeah.
There's something weird about that. The hamburger cookout park rail that doesn't. I don't know what it is, but for some reason I don't like that rail. No, the hamburger shred fests. Clinton Park.
Dude,
yeah.
I want to skate EZ7. I heard it looks new and badass.
They redid it, yeah.
I need to try to make that a mission. Dude, Sean, you were talking about earlier how you drive the whole mindset of driving around and seeing skate spots all the time.
Oh yeah.
And I've been it's
or
funny.
Like walking around.
Now, since I'm like looking after the baby during the day, a lot of times we'll go and drive together so he can fall asleep at a certain time. And I find so many spots, dude. I just found the sickest spot yesterday that I'm actually going to skate tomorrow of a couple of butter benches.
With who?
But
Is Nikki still out there?
Yeah, Nick's still out here.
So he's going to go film you tomorrow?
Yeah, he's like trying to make a whole part.
For what?
Just like a just
a solo
really.
part.
No, just like like anyone who's skating and he's got clips of. I mean, it's only been me or Tom, and Tom has been unlucky in landing tricks, and I've landed most of the tricks on the sessions. But yeah, he's making an edit.
So what does real quick? I mean, so what does Tom like? What's his shit? Like, does he?
What's his deal?
Like, does he take kratom? Does he drink? Does he smoke? Like, what are his vices?
Dude, Tom has not changed one bit to me.
Okay. Well, that's all the answer I needed. Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't changed one bit.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay.
You know, I'm glad that you said that, Sean, because that's always like a term of endearment. Like when you say like someone they haven't changed at all, they're like exactly how I remember. But it can also be like a negative thing too. Like in a way, to me, Sean, you're still like the little kid I used to know, but also now you're like a mature version of that little kid. So like in a way you haven't changed a bit, but in a lot of ways you have changed a lot. You know? I think it's interesting, like the people that we grew up with, like how much they've changed, but like they're still like the same people. Because like a lot of my friends I've known now for like most of my life, but it's weird getting into like your 30s, you know? This is like the I guess like more legit age, and now we're like kind of getting into different shit, but you can still be like that same person in like a different way. It is interesting, I think.
Yeah, and and because you and me are both 32 now, but Sean here, or Halfry rather, is only he's 30 now, right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Sean's birthday is 2 days before mine. So
yeah,
I always know exactly how old he is.
Yeah, that's right. For some reason, I thought he was 3, but it's only 2.
Himel, so did you ever sit in with Anthony Elio on the Evil America footage capturing or anything like that?
No, that was before my time a little bit. I did. I hung out with Anthony last year. I went to Vegas for work. And one of the nights I was there, he came and picked me up from my hotel, and he like brought me to like some local bars, and we went like bar hopping and shit, and it was really fun. Like I hadn't seen him in like forever, but
did he mention at all about me and Mercedes coming out there and creating a terrible time for him?
Dude, I want to hear this. What happened?
Yeah, Go into that though.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Actually, hold on, Brian. I need
What?
to switch to the computer. So
Brian,
before you
tell
talk
me-
about that,
Brian, you brought it
No.
up, so you need to see it through.
No, I was just wondering. What do you have, a fucking Ouija board over there, Hal? What is that? What's your T-shirt? What the fuck is on your
Tell
T-shirt?
us, tell us
it's my
now.
dad's sweater.
Tell us now what happened.
No, hold on. Wait like 1 minute. 1
We
minute.
just fucking.
Yeah,
switch over to the
wait
computer.
exactly 1 minute.
I don't even.
Brian, send me the
No.
text me. Send it in Hangouts. Send me the Zoom information in Hangouts real quick.
That's, you just gotta email yourself the link. But okay, this time I'll do it for you. Let's go.
Hey, Mercedes has a baby now, huh?
Yeah, she's got a beautiful new daughter. And thank fuck it's not mine. All right, let's.
The last time I saw Mercedes was when we played that show at Natsuo. You, me, and Eric, Brian.
Yeah,
And then
dude, that
I'm
was a
pretty
good
sure
fucking show, man.
Mercedes was doing a bunch of coke in the bathroom or something
Yeah,
when
well,
we went.
well,
when
me
we
and
went,
Mercedes
like,
were
down the
doing
street.
coke in the bathroom. Well,
Yeah, I wasn't
in the car.
invited for some reason, but it sounds like y'all were having a great time.
well, that's just because she had a very little amount, and
I'd prefer to be in on these things, but I was.
All right, I'm gonna
was
leave.
made in the loop.
that was her. Wait, I just sent you the. Oh, he's gonna rejoin on the computer.
All right.
I think. I don't know. Wait. Or did he just leave? Because I just sent him the.
I think he's getting on his. He's getting on the computer.
Yeah, but I don't think I sent him the shit.
I think he sent it to himself.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because it's gonna take way too long for me to do it because I'm too slow and stupid. But yeah, dude, for real, man. Like, I'd hate to take it back here, but man, like, we really fucking let go of some magical shit when Anti-Ed died. Like, dude, we were doing it.
In a way.
We were doing it. We were doing it. We were living the life. We were fucking doing it. And then we just let it fucking slip through our fingertips. What
In
the
a way,
like?
yeah, but
What do you think?
I
What do you think really? What do you think really happened? Like, obviously, me moving away didn't help, but surely there were more factors than that, weren't there?
yeah, it
I'll
was
do
like an avalanche of issues going on there.
Like what? Like what? Like what for you personally? For you personally, what ended the motivation?
Whoa. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
All right.
Hold on, I just asked Sean a question. You're both named Sean. All right, I just asked Himmel a question.
Yeah, I think we established that earlier. As you were gonna use nicknames. Where'd Halfrey go?
I'm here.
He
I'm
just
back.
left.
Oh, okay.
He just left.
I see.
Yep.
Just now. You
Just now.
missed him.
Just now. Just now.
But when will then be now? Just now.
Dude,
That's a space.
dude,
Spaceballs
we just
reference.
watched Spaceballs like a few weeks ago, like all together, and like honestly, like I can't believe that anybody paid that much money for that movie to be made, but at the same time, I fucking still love it. So
Dude,
All
it's a
right, Brian. What
masterpiece.
were you gonna say about
yeah, I don't know.
From
You
Mercedes.
you
What happened in
Anthony
Vegas?
Elio?
Oh.
Yeah, Anthony. You hung out with Anthony Elio.
Oh yeah, do you know what I was
You-
gonna say? I was gonna say nothing about it because I specifically told you I'm not telling you that story.
But this
This is the
show is
whole
called
point of the
Story
show.
Time with Hal.
No, but I'm not the guest, am I? I'm the fucking host. Sean Hamill is the
really
guest.
do-
He's the one with the stories.
You're really doing Wiener Boy 89.
Nah,
a
hell no.
disservice
You know-
by not going into the story.
Yeah, man. Seriously.
Well,
Titty
honestly,
Twist 98 and
I
Wiener
barely
Boy
even
85 or-
I barely even remember the story. I remember losing my wallet. I remember people blaming me for Basically, I can pretty much sum it up like this: Mercedes blaming me for every fucking thing that she forgot that she placed here or misplaced there or didn't do here, or her friends misplaced this, or her friend fucking stole that, and all of that shit got blamed on me. And so I was stressed out, so I fucking drank a lot just to not be stressed out. And then I did, like, I don't know, I fucking, like, vomited in somebody's house plant or something. Like, I don't know, I did something stupid. And then I got asked to leave, so I fucking left. And I came here.
Was it Anthony's houseplant?
No, it was Anthony's sister's apartment's houseplant.
Eliza's?
Yeah, Eliza's. Oh, yeah, that's right. You know
Eliza.
Eliza. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Eliza thinks I'm the biggest piece of shit for the rest of time. Yeah, she'll never.
That's hilarious.
She will never have another opinion of me.
Eliza
than that.
used to skate with us, dude. It was hilarious.
Yeah, she hates me forever now. So that, how about that? That's that's basically the story. I was such
That's
a
good
piece of
enough.
shit
You ain't
that
gotta
she
go
hates
any
me
deeper than
forever.
that.
How about that? Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Hal. You fuck.
Dude, Mercedes has been through some shit in her life.
Yeah, dude, she really has, and God bless her. That's all I gotta say, man. God bless her.
Dude, we gotta get so Himel, did you get a call from JJ?
No. How's he doing?
Well, he's just in jail right now. That's all.
We're gonna get JJ.
Oh,
Well,
man.
we were talking. Was he still living? Was he
No,
living
but
with Fuzz?
it's not that bad. It was just an old warrant
Well,
that he had.
no, yeah. But did you find out if he was living with Fuzz? Because remember when we were?
Oh
we were
yeah,
messaging him?
no. He's not living with Fuzz. No.
Okay.
That's good.
Well, he's living in jail. That's where he's living right now. But normally, yes, no, he's not living with Fuzz.
We're gonna have to get JJ on here.
Oh yeah, I already told him, and I didn't really. Yeah. I
The
don't
way
know.
he said it was really funny.
Yeah, I didn't fully explain it to him what it was because it wasn't. I wanted to get him to agree to something without, because I don't know. Anyway, I got him to agree to coming on, and so yeah, that'll be good. Plus, we have Rooney and Monroe. Is there any way that we can have Monroe not
Talk about coils.
No,
don't even say it.
yeah, just not hit the slopes.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I just ran into Kendall Martin and Chris Ondoyo last weekend at the bar.
Nice.
Really?
Dude, the Little Woodrow is like 2 blocks away from where I live now, and so like I just went to like have a Sunday afternoon drink, and then I ended up randomly running into them. I forgot it was football day or whatever, so they're like
Football
watching
day.
the game. They're like watching the game, and Kendall had brought that up that he had talked to Monroe. I guess had been talking to Monroe and Rooney, and he mentioned slopes, as you say.
Dude, by the way, guess what T-shirt I'm wearing?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, from the
Nice.
last time they ever played in Texas, ever. Braden actually bought me this shirt. I didn't even buy this. Braden got this for me.
Yeah, I was gonna
Thank you,
say.
Braden.
I was gonna ask if you were at that show.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is, so me and Braden and like Fat Bat and his brother James and all of us were in one
Yeah.
row, and Christian, and we were all hanging out. And turns out Mercedes and her friends were 2 rows behind us, directly behind us, the whole fucking time, and we didn't know until the end. Like, out of the
Damn,
whole
what did you-
fucking stadium, we just happened to be right fucking next to each other.
Dude, well, hold on. Before you leave from that, I actually wanted to ask you about that. Because what did you and Mercedes do in Vegas?
Well, we
We already
You pissed in the house plant and
Yeah, he
lost your
pissed in the
wallet
house plant and got pissed off Anthony's sister, and that was it.
No, you know what?
All right.
He-
I thought
here's
there was something more.
here's what actually happened. I'm gonna sum it up in about 20 seconds. Here's what actually happened. Well, we were all getting pretty fucked up. That was happening, but so Eliza kept misplacing shit, and since I was the only person that they knew the least, I kept getting blamed for every fucking thing that went missing. And then it got to a point where it was like, okay, obviously I'm not welcome here, so I'm just going to leave. And then after I left, within about 24 hours, they found every single fucking thing that they had been blaming me for the last 4 or 5 days. And then they tried to apologize to me. And I was like, fuck you. You treated me like the biggest piece of shit. I've been paying for your food. Fuck you. And
Brian,
so that's
were
what
you
happened.
there whenever we destroyed that house?
Yes.
Oh my
Johnson's
god.
house? Or was it Anthony's house?
No, it was
Anthony's house.
I still
Yeah.
have federal incriminating footage of that whole event on this hard drive.
Man, that was wild.
Dude,
that was some of the craziest shit I've ever been a part of, I think.
That was one of the best times of my life, but I feel really bad for his parents. Like that must have just been horrifically terrible. But it was really fun for us. And
that was a good time.
It was a great time, and
Anthony
I will never
really
forget.
took one for the team there.
Yeah, he really did. And yeah, cheers.
Do you
to Anthony.
remember? All right, were y'all there whenever we were at a smaller house party, and Isabel had to poop really bad, and he went into the garage and like took a shit or something, and then he took his boxers off and like threw it in the backyard or over the fence in the neighbor's yard. I think her name was Jenna. Jenna Powell, was that her name? Jenna Powell?
That was
Jenna
Johnson's old girlfriend.
Powell?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
She was
yeah,
like-
that's right.
That was Johnson's old girlfriend.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
It was.
Yeah.
I think it was at her house, and it was like so. fucked
Damn,
up
I
that
forgot
Isabel
about her,
did that,
dude.
too.
Wow, I forgot about her.
Well, hey guys, I'm about to have to jump off because my phone's dying and my AirPods are dying and my laptop broke 2 days ago. So,
Well, that
I
fucking
appreciate.
sucks.
I know.
Hey,
I appreciate
well,
you guys having me on.
Well, hey, you know
I'm
what? We need to have you and John on here at the same time.
Okay, I'll talk to him and see if we do a crossover.
I know he's
thing
gonna just tell him to do it. Just tell him to do it.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
Well,
And
I'm at almost 0% on here, and I'm on like a few
Why don't you
percent.
just plug
on
in your
here.
phone?
It is plugged in, but these are about to die.
Well, don't use them.
I'm wearing thin. My energies are running low.
yeah, listen, Himmel's done. He's done. It's all right. It's all good.
All right.
Well, how long is your shit? Longer than fucking Joe Rogan's podcast?
Usually just 2 hours, which we're almost at 2 hours, so we're pretty much good.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's
we're
already been 2 hours.
an hour and 57 minutes.
Damn, that was
Time
quick.
flies.
Yeah, it does fly
Holy
when you
shit.
have fun.
That's when we
with-
started recording. Was around 9:30.
We started recording 1 hour and 57 minutes ago.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Sonya, good
Well,
to go.
So
appreciate you guys having me on.
well, real quick.
I'd be down to do it in the future.
Yeah, and I'd love to get you and John on at the same time, especially
That'd be cool.
because you guys did that podcast. Also, do you have any? I guess not, or I don't know. Do you have any links that you want to share with the audience? Where can they follow
go
you
to-
and check you
There's
out?
Apple iTunes
to-
podcast link.
Yeah, Apple Podcast, Movie Night with John and Sean. I think.
Movie
we
night
have
with
our-
John and
our-
Sean.
Yeah, I think our first episodes were on Spotify, and SoundCloud before that. So we have some old stuff there. The current stuff's on Apple. All the stuff's on Apple. So check us out there. Instagram, Movie Night with John and Sean. Check us out, and I'm sure I'll be back for more later on at some point.
Yep. And
Oh, yeah.
now,
I'll get you back on.
answer me one last question, Sean.
Yeah,
Did you have more fun tonight than you thought you would?
I did. I knew I was going to have fun. I told you guys I'd do it. You thought I wasn't, but I told you guys I'd do it.
Oh,
Alright.
Brian, did you already take us offline on Twitch?
No, because we're still doing the fucking show. What are you talking about? Why would it? I
I'm
haven't.
on
I
Twitch.
haven't
I'm on the
ended the
Midnight
show
Blend.
yet. Why would the show be
The mid-
over if I haven't ended
It
it
says
yet?
it's offline. It says Midnight Blend is offline. It's anti-ed. I'm tripping.
Oh, that's because your phone sucks. But we're
No,
still
I'm
on.
not on the phone. I'm on the Mac, and it's anti-ed channel. I looked up the Midnight Blend.
But we are. It doesn't matter though because we're about to end right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. And Johnny Balls, thanks for all of your strange, beautiful support throughout all these streams, much less this one.
We got our subscribers up, right?
Yeah, we have like 35 subscribers or some shit right now.
Nice.
And we certainly meet. But anyway, thanks everybody for. Why am I talking like this is a live show? All right, we're done. Later, you fucks.